Hello everyone. Let us learn about the PBT behavior of pure substances by solving a problem on the Redlich-Kwong equation of state. This is the problem statement. Given that the vapor pressure of N-butane at 350 Kelvin is 9.4573 bar, find the molar volumes of saturated vapor and saturated liquid N-butane at these conditions as given by the Redlich-Kwong equation. Let us understand the cubic equation of state. So the generic cubic equation of state has the following format. P is equal to RT by V minus A by V plus epsilon B into V plus sigma B, where A, B, epsilon, and sigma are the parameters which are unique for a given equation of state. For example, for the Van der Waal equation of state, the value of sigma is 0 and epsilon is also 0. For the Redlich-Kwong equation of state, sigma is 1 and epsilon is 0. Now, A and B for computation purposes are expressed in terms of beta and Q. Beta and Q are further functions of sigma, phi, PR, and TR. Hence, if we know the values of PR, TR, sigma, and phi, we will be able to calculate beta and Q. Once we know beta and Q, we will be able to calculate A and B. That means once all these are known, and pressure is known, temperature is known, and the value of universal gas constant is known, we will be able to solve the cubic equation for volume. In order to calculate the volume of saturated vapor route, we first calculate the compressibility factor for the saturated vapor route, then multiply it by the volume of the ideal gas. So the equation of state is rearranged into this form, and on substituting that sigma is equal to 1 and epsilon is equal to 0, it reduces into the right-hand form. Similarly, for the saturated liquid route, the equation is written in this form given on the left-hand side, and on substitution that sigma is equal to 1 and epsilon is equal to 0, it reduces to the form on the left-hand side. Now, these format of equations are comfortable to perform the iterative process, because once we substitute a guess value, initial guess value for Z on the right-hand side, we are going to end up with a new updated value on the left-hand side. And this updated value can serve as the initial value for the next iteration. In this way, we continue this iterative process until the values of Z obtained from two successive iterations almost remain the same. Now, let us see how we can achieve this using a MATLAB code. So the first part of the MATLAB code would be to enter the data given in the question. We enter the temperature as 350 Kelvin, pressure as 9.4573 bar. The value of R is chosen such that the units of pressure are bar and the specific volume is in centimeter cube per mole. The critical temperature and critical pressure can be obtained from the appendix or the any standard data banks. Now, next we enter the parameters which are specific to the Redlich-Kwong equation of state from this table. We enter omega denoted as K here and psi as M. Then we calculate beta and Q. Beta is denoted as N. We also calculate the reduced temperature and reduced pressure. Once all the parameters are known, we can calculate the value of Z, the compressibility factor for the vapor route as well as the liquid route. In order to calculate the compressibility factor for vapor route, I have defined a function called vapor route. Now, this function is going to take the arguments Q, N, and 1. 1 is the guess value for the compressibility factor. So we are essentially giving the guess value 1 because we are initially assuming an ideal gas which has a compressibility factor of 1. Now, the function definition is as follows. We're going to perform a maximum of 50 iterations, and Z new, the newly calculated value of Z is going to be as follows. The error is defined as the absolute value, the difference between the absolute difference between the Z values calculated in two successive iterations. If this error is going to be less than 10 power minus 4, the control is going to come out of the for loop. Similarly, we are also going to create a function to calculate the Z value for liquid root. But here the difference is that the initial guess value is going to be beta, denoted here as n. And here we are going to break out of the control loop if the error is less than 10 power minus 6. Once we run the program, we are going to get the following results. So the volume of the vapor root at the given conditions of temperature and pressure is 2555.4 centimeters cube per mole. And the volume of the liquid root is 133.26 centimeter cube per mole. Now the experimentally observed values are 2482 centimeter cube per mole for the vapor and 115 centimeter cube per mole for the liquid. Let us look at the graphical interpretation of the cubic equation of state. So let us assume we want to calculate the volume at this particular pressure given by Psat. And now we are going to draw a horizontal line which represents a constant pressure line. Now on a PV diagram, we can draw isotherms. Now for any temperature less than the critical temperature, we know that the isotherm is going to intersect the PV dome in two regions. So the region 1 is the point 1 is going to be the volume of the saturated liquid, and point 2 is going to be volume of saturated vapor. Now we are using the cubic equation of state to model this curve. As you can see, the curve intersects at three regions, but the middle root has no physical significance. Thank you.